Hey guys, my name is JessiMew, and welcome back to Honey's Hunt. In the last episode, Honey learned a little bit more about the Lost River's mysterious past. She found all of these houses submerged inside this lake, so it seems pretty clear that some great tragedy forced the pack of humans to leave. Nature has taken over in their place though. All of these saplings are sprouting up around the lake, and we actually do have a wolf pack living here too. They allowed her to seek shelter way in the back corner of their territory, inside the literal doghouse, but she knows that she can't overstay her welcome. So after a day's worth of rest, Honey is ready to get back to her journey again. She's actually starting to get a little bit hungry too, so I think it would be a good idea for her to seek out some food to eat. Unfortunately, the previous hunting ground is so far away. You can still see a couple of the carcasses that we caught before, but it is a long trek back, so I don't think she's going to turn back to seek out any new lunches. We'll have to go forward into the city, in fact, if we want to catch any new elk. I think that is the closest hunting ground to us right now. You're right inside the heart of the ruins. It would be so nice if she could find somebody to travel with though. We tried again to find somebody yesterday, but nobody was interested. All the wolves we've come across so far have been rather aggressive. They don't take too kindly to strangers, it seems, and Honey is definitely from very far away. She's hoping maybe she'll run into somebody who's from a different part of the valley too. Maybe somebody who is just as interested in these artifacts. Somebody who came here for the adventure that she's currently seeking. But as you can see, the world is just as quiet as it was before. Granted, this wolf pack is pretty big. Their territory encompasses most of this land, and it seems they're also having trouble keeping up on their patrols. Maybe all of these coyotes are stragglers from the city too. I wonder if they can find any scraps around the place. It seems like whatever tragedy struck happened a long time ago, so I'd imagine most traces of humans have been completely erased. It's just their structures that remain now, and it looks like we can actually get a pretty good view of the place from here. This is why I'm curious about this pack. If they're living this close to the city, they must have done some exploring by now, and they are awfully close to the road as well. I don't think Honey has explored the road too much yet. She did find one very dark path at the beginning of her journey. It was what led her into the Lost River in the first place. But it looks like this road might be much bigger. I think part of the reason why she's so cautious about going into the ruins herself is that she doesn't have anybody to back her up. I think we might be hitting the boundary of the world too, so I guess we can't go off that way. Can we even get to the road? Maybe if we go around the rocks here? Nope, it looks like it's all closed off. Yeah, no wonder she is feeling far too apprehensive with nobody behind her. Her siblings were always there to keep a watch when she was young, so even though she was always looking for adventures, she knew that they were just a paw step behind her. The music has changed though, and I think that means there might be a wolf around here. Yes, there's a territory marker. Oh, you can just barely see it in front of us. Which way did it go? Oh, okay, it's right there. Hello, sir. Are you a dispersal male? Oh my gosh, he's one that we can invite? Oh, he's so pretty too. Look at that dark fur. It looks like he may have been going up onto the plateau as well. Maybe he was going to get a good view of the city too, until Honey surprised him at least. Well, let's see if we can get to know him. Maybe we can convince him to come along the journey with us. Just a nice little hello, nice little tail wag. He seems to be taking it well. Let's see, I think I like you as the next one to choose. And considering how much friendlier he is than the other wolves she's met, it's no surprise that she's taken to him so quickly. So I wonder if he's ever been into the ruins before, or if this is actually his first trip to this area as well. Maybe he's also following rumors just like Honey is, and that's why he's being so cautious. Who knows what could be lurking within. I'm not sure if it's just the angle that we're at right now, but he also looks terribly tiny. Is he actually smaller than Honey? He looks like he could be one of her precious songbirds, perhaps. Maybe we should give him a bird-related name. I think he might be just a tiny bit bigger, but they do look pretty evenly matched. Well, one more time, honey, let's start a pack. This should be all that we need to get him on our side. And then we should be able to travel into the city with him too. Looks like he accepted. So since he really doesn't remind me of any big, strong bird of prey, I don't feel like hawk or eagle would be too fitting. I think we're actually going to name him Hatch, after the nuthatch. Not only is it a super cute name, but the birds are pretty cute too. We've actually had tons of nuthatches flying around our bird feeders lately, so maybe that's why they're on my mind. But I think Honey and Hatch are going to make a pretty good team. And now they're ready to storm on into those ruins and discover what is truly waiting for them at the heart of the Lost River. So let's get our bearings first, Hatch. Let's see what we can see. The city itself looks absolutely massive. And there's even... Is that a donut? It looks like there's a donut or a tire or something right at the front of the city. Maybe we should investigate that first. We are pretty hungry after all. I'm sure that Hatch could use a little bit of food to eat too. I'm not sure how long his journey was, but Honey did have quite the adventure to get here. I'm just curious though, before we go into the city, let's go all the way to the end of this road. Honey wasn't able to nose around past this barrier. I wonder why they've blocked this place off. The humans, at least. For some reason, the humans didn't want anybody going off in that direction. Or maybe they didn't want anybody coming into the city? Very mysterious. There's certainly no humans here anymore, so whatever happened must have left this place inhabitable. But if the elk herds have returned, and if they've taken up home inside the heart of the city, then you know that this place has to be safe for our little wolves to roam. Ah, so this is the town sign. Welcome to the Lost River. Oh my gosh, and look how beaten down this thing is too. Yeah, it has been a long, long time since anybody came around to clean up. So Hatch, have you explored this place before? Are these some of your favorite places? It looks like there's a little supermarket over here. And this is the donut sign that I saw, Randy's Donuts. Oh my gosh, how cute is it this? I mean, granted, the donut sign is actually not looking that bad. No moss growing on it. There are a couple of weeds here and there. But it seems like this donut shop is very well loved. Maybe the elk come by to maintain it every now and then. Gotta have priorities in the apocalypse. Ooh, a little bunny. Ooh, can we grab this? That would be a nice treat for us to share. There we go, Hatch. This could probably fill up Honey's belly a little bit, just to tie her over until they actually get to the elk herd. Did Hatch run off, though? Hatch, where'd you go? Did he go behind? Yeah, behind the motel for some reason. Is there something that we should investigate over here? The back side of the city? Maybe there's some secrets that we need to discover together. Ooh, what's this big thing? This is pretty interesting, Hatch. Isn't this one of your favorite relics of the past? Doesn't look very functional now, but I guess it's still pretty cool. Maybe he actually wants us to go into this place first? Let's see, what is it this that we're going into? Remaking the world one molecule at a time? Well, that's a little bit suspicious. Is this perhaps why the city is inhabitable now? Unauthorized. Visit the locked gate in the Lost River. Yeah, something tells me that this might be the cause of this entire scene. Is that what you were trying to show me, Hatch? I guess he must have explored this area then after all. Maybe that's why he was so nervous to go on his own. If this is truly the source of the disaster, there's probably some pretty scary smells around here too. Well, I guess that's one mystery solved. Now, let's go into the city and see if we can find those elk. We might as well see how they're running the place. It definitely seems like the elk have taken over if their herd is just encompassing the entire heart of the land. Ah, there's a little bridge here too. Granted, there is no more water because the beavers have taken care of that. I wonder if we can go inside that place? No, it looks like we have to stay on the bridge. Probably not the best idea for us to jump down there anyway. Jump into the canals. Oh my gosh. I thought I was just kidding about the elk taking over. The Elks Club? Have they literally taken over this entire place? Is there like a gang of elk just roaming around the streets now? Okay, Hatch, this might be a little bit more difficult than we anticipated. If the world belongs to the elk in the apocalypse, then maybe we're here to even the score. So where are they? It doesn't look like we're inside the hunting ground yet, but there's a diner over here. That would be a pretty good place for the elk herd to spawn. Oh my gosh, no way! Oh, the elk is right here. Alright. What do you say, Hatch? Are you up for a little bit of a challenge? Looks like the bull elk is very, very suspicious of us, but if we can find one of the more skittish elk to take care of in the back, let's try sneaking past them here. It is a very narrow street that we have to navigate, but as long as we don't get hit by any hooves, we might be able to use that to our advantage. If we just run the elk straight into the buildings, maybe that would be a good way to land in some good bites. Yet there you go, Hatch, right against the school bus. We don't want to send her outside the city, though. I wonder if she would be able to escape if we do. Yeah, we have to be careful about where exactly we're leading her. Oh, there we go. It's the final stand already. I guess Hatch must be quite a bit stronger than we took him for, if he was able to help us out so quickly. Oh, 10 cow elk already. Honey, you are going to be a better hunter than your brother Buzz at this rate. Have you already eaten your fill, Hatch? He actually didn't eat that much. I guess he doesn't need very much since he's such a small wolf, so we can just save the rest for later. We might as well at least try to figure out where we are, though. That way we don't lose this thing. There aren't too many landmarks for us to use. I mean, there's this. It looks like there's actually some stairs leading up it too. I wonder if we can use these. Yes, just like the view over by the waterfall, except this time, honey, you actually have somebody to view it with. Thanks for the view. Get a good view of downtown, I think it said, and the ditch as well. So you can get a bird's eye view of everything that you two have to explore together. And there is certainly quite a bit. I think I might have noticed way over there. Yeah, looks like the road probably ends over by that tunnel. Maybe that's something that we want to sniff around as well. Oh my gosh, and is that a Ferris wheel? Wait a second, is there like an amusement park around here too? Maybe we should go that way first, Hatch. What do you think? Oh, where'd he go? Hatch? He was just nosing around under here. Did you find any good treasures? Nah, not really. Just a whole lot of blank, empty space. A lot of weeds, a lot of litter, but nothing that can really fill out the mystery for us anymore. Or was it the elk that you want us to see? It looks like the herd is still wandering around these parts. So they're up here by the market. And by the diner too? That is so funny. I can't believe they actually put the elk herd by the diner. It's almost as if our little wolves are going here for a nice relaxing lunch. We have got to check out this Ferris wheel though. Do they actually have a little carnival set up on the corner of town? It looks like we might be able to go inside. Yes. Ooh. Ooh, that's an awfully big crater. Do you think something might have fallen here? There's no remnants of whatever it could have been, but it sure left quite the impact. Well, let's sniff around here too. Maybe we'll find some clues about what might have fallen there. Yeah, this is literally a carnival. Oh my gosh, that is adorable. So it has all sorts of rides that we can go on. The Ferris wheel. Not very functional for wolves, I'm afraid. Yeah, not very functional in general. It doesn't look like these things have been used for a very, very long time. They're all rusty and rotten. What sort of ride is this? Oh, the Twister. Oh my gosh, I haven't been on one of these in a long, long time. Must be fun to have this like literally in your backyard. I mean, there are plenty of houses over here, but every single one of them looks completely bare. Oh my gosh. Oh, they even decorated for Christmas. Oh, how adorable is this? Hatch, you have to see this. Where's our little friend? It looks like he must still be off by the carnival. Are you still there, Hatch? Maybe we need to give... Oh, there you are. I was going to give a nice good howl. I suppose we still could, though. If we go on over here, maybe we could sing some Christmas carols together. It is getting pretty close to the holidays anyways. Is that Hatch's voice? What an interesting howl. That's so different from Bumble and Mousie's. It almost sounds a little bit more rough and tumble, like maybe he has seen his fair share of things off on these streets. Oh, there's a little playground over here too. It's looking in some pretty sore shape though, just like that carnival. So if Honey figured that all of the houses in the lake was from some sort of human pack, I wonder what on earth she thinks of this. I mean, there are a lot of houses here. This is the sort of pack that she has never even dreamed of. Imagine having this many wolves running in a pack with you. That would probably drive someone crazy. She must figure it's no wonder that some of the humans have decided to live off in their own tiny little cabins in the woods. And then these big buildings? Imagine the sort of giants that would have to live here. That might explain all of these towering structures too. And these strange vehicles as well, with all of their terrible choking scents. But it's all left to nature now. Now before we end the episode, let's follow the road down this way. Yeah, toward that tunnel that I saw before, because I am rather curious. If the humans weren't allowed to enter on the other side, and I'm assuming they probably weren't allowed to leave, maybe they could from this end of the city? There had to have been some way that they were able to escape, and maybe that would give us another clue. Are there barriers blocking off this place too? Yeah, I think I see those familiar barriers hatch. So every single one of these roads, all of their exits were barred off. Not to mention, it looks like there may have actually been a landslide here as well. Can we even get up this? Hatch isn't having so much trouble, but Honey unfortunately is. And no exit. Try to find a way out of the Lost River. All that's waiting for us out there, Hatch, is some deep, endless void. If there were scary scents over by that strange barred-off fence, I'd imagine that those fear scents must be here as well. Just seeing these barriers must inspire a little flutter of fear in Honey's heart, so maybe she would want to find a different place to settle down for the night. In fact, if we head on back to the neighborhood, right over by the carnival, maybe that would be a good place for them to settle down. It's pretty close to all of the elk herds as well, and plenty of shops. What's this? Stop and store? A storage company. Oh my gosh, this would be the perfect place to go artifact hunting. Honey is literally going to be like the magpie of wolves. Any little shiny trinket she's going to just like tuck away inside her den somewhere. I can already see it now. I think that might actually be another doghouse. The one with the wreath on it. Oh, cool. Well, Hatch, I think I found us a pretty good place for us to settle down then, right next to that big giant snowman that we sang next to before. So in the next episode, Honey and Hatch will go back into the city to explore what they've missed. I think there are still a couple more secrets for us to discover here before they head back into the wilderness to see if anybody else may have survived. But for now, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys!